Welcome to Giant Ability TV. One question that Nigerians must answer going into 2023.
Power is lying on the street in Nigeria once again. You don't know? The man in Aso Rock says, I am tired, I want to go home. Those who want to take over power from him, they are also tired, you know that? Therefore, power is lying on the street of Nigeria. Are you ready to pick it? Thank you.
One of the contradictions of life is that those who love peace the most are the soldiers. This implies that war is the channel to peace. It is a wonderful thing to do, giving up the good for the great. But most times, giving up means coming down. For everything that is good, there is always a price to pay. Wisdom therefore demands that we count our cost ahead of any journey, be it from one geographical location to the other, or from one career or project to another. The first question that must be asked, and sincerely, is what is the worst that awaits us? Then we should be prepared to accept it and go on to improve on it. President Muhammadu Buhari declared to the whole world using the exalted platform of the United Nations 77th General Assembly on September 21, 2022, that one of his enduring legacies for Nigeria will be to bequeath to them a free, transparent, and credible electoral process.
Indeed, we now are preparing for general elections in Nigeria next February. As the 78th Anga, there will be a new face at this podium speaking for Nigeria. As President, I have set the goal that one of the enduring legacies I would like to leave is to entrench a process of free, fair, and transparent, credible election through which Nigerians elect their choice.
As revealing as this declaration is, suffice to say that his statement was misleading and immodest, for it represents the usurpation of the power bestowed on the Independent Electoral Commission (INEC). One would have expected from Buhari, who is the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to think of bequeathing to Nigerians a country that is secure from terrorism and banditry, an economy that is viable, which represents a departure from total dependence on crude oil as the country's mainstay, as well as a country that is corruption-free.
This is a government that has made promises of restoring order, peace, and security in this country. For 7 years now, people are living in fear. So I believe that if there is anything we have to do now. If this government will leave any legacy worthy of being remembered, is leave this country a safer place than it has inherited it. For now, our people are living in terror, and people are living at the mercy of bandits, and something needs to be done now, immediately, and at this time.
Signing an electoral act into law which permits the use of electoral transfer of results is a means to an end, no matter how promising it may be. Recall also that the former President Goodluck Jonathan, who handed over power to President Buhari, had set a precedent in electoral reforms. This he demonstrated by congratulating Buhari, the incoming president, even before the conclusion of the elections. Any man or woman who orders an action from which he or she stands not to incur any risk deserve not to be trusted. In reality, what President Muhammadu Buhari is leaving behind for Nigeria as his best is a gun that has been loaded but waiting for who to pull the trigger. On a final note, Nigerians have the question of whether they want to live together in Nigeria as one indivisible entity or not to answer. The only realistic option for Nigerians not going in parts is restructuring. All the presidential aspirants of political parties seem to be paying a lip service to this issue, which, as a matter of fact, is the only fragile nerve that is holding the neck of Nigeria to its body. The Northern need to be informed and enlightened in order for them to act in ways that will either keep the country together as one or divide the country into pieces. Not welcoming any presidential aspirant at this time on the grounds of religion and ethnicity has a consequence. It is wise not to venture into defending what your judgment doubts, for when you fail to convince the people, you will have no choice than to confuse them. Northerners have this great opportunity and at this last chance to make themselves the hero in our quest to salvage the destiny of Nigeria. The truth is that no region of the country is deserving to be a slave to another. And having said that, we should all work towards peace, which is, as a matter of fact, will remain elusive where there is no equity and justice. What the Yoruba president can do, the Igbo president can do even better if given the right environment. It is not wise to stop the plow in order to kill the mouse. We are on a journey of no return, and in 2023 is the trigger to pull either for or against Nigeria. It is good to keep your head up as long as you keep your nose on a friendly level. Are we ready to continue in the marriage of one Nigeria or not? The choice is ours, and the unity of Nigeria you may wish to know is negotiable.
I think a few of my colleagues believe that there's no such thing as the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Of course it is negotiable. The moment either party feels that this union is no longer bearable, that he or she would rather go his own way, you let them have the right to sit down, consider their condition, and after, and only after, very, very, very careful, rational examination of the pros and cons of going out of the marriage, that they take the decision which suits them best. It's not enough just to say, I don't feel comfortable where I am, so I'm going. Are you sure of where you are going? Are you sure of the consequence of where you're going? Do you really feel that the grass is greener on the other side? And my appeal to everyone is, please let us be respectful of one another. Let us not demonize one another. Let us respect the views of everybody.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to all our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.